Hello,
Hello.
welcome to Talking Wrestling with Palm Water Dave. I'm Palm Water Dave. Joined with me, as always, is the First Lady of the Art Anderson Fan Club, Miss Amy Lynn. Amy, how are you?
Good, 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 good. Very nice tribute that you did for
Well,
Toby Keith. That was very nice.
he
Hey,
he was one
before
of
we
my
get this started,
favorites.
I didn't even know he passed away. I
Oh
feel
yeah,
bad.
yeah. He had stomach cancer, and it
Oh
finally got
wow.
the better of
Okay.
him. But I wanted to do something for one. I've only got a handful of artists that I listen. I mean, like I'll put on, and I'll tell to play this and the best of, and they got so many songs that you can do that, and he's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do a little something because he's kind of he helped out with the beginning of TNA. He was on their
Yeah.
first episode. Did an angle with Jeff Jarrett where Jeff Jarrett shoved him during his song, and it was a he's always been a friend of the wrestling business. So
Yeah. I like
unfortunately, he
Toby
lost
Keith.
his battle at 62 years old.
And that's
Well,
young, I mean, that's just
What's funny you say that because
because you're
I'm fixing to be
Oh,
58. So
oh,
when Carl Weathers died this week at 76, I'm thinking he's not that old. But when my papa
no.
died at 72, he was ancient.
Yeah, I know.
It's
well,
all
I mean,
context.
you know what
It's all context.
the I know it sucked that he passed away, but the good thing is he lived a full life. It's not like it got cut short. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes.
So he got to live his dreams and his life and stuff. So that's always a good thing.
Well, and joining us tonight, our special guest is the Puerto Rican Juggernaut, the former BIW Southern Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Angel Camacho.
You
Angel,
you you threw around former like kind of loosely there, Dave.
well, not really. I mean, it sucks to be Bam Bam now that I'd rather be chasing you than having you chasing me.
Because I'm going back. I'm getting it back. You just wait and see.
Goodness
I wouldn't
gracious.
bet against you.
No. Did you also mention that Angel was the man who chopped you
He
in his
did. When we got to our 200th subscriber, he lit me up,
I did.
and
If we
then
get to 400, I'll double chop you.
and then after that, I pissed
Hi,
him
let
off,
me look and see how
and he
close we
knocked me
are.
the
I
hell
think
out.
that is a wonderful idea, Angel.
No,
Thank
you
you
know what?
so
I got one. I got one even better. I'll give him the Camacho bomb at 400.
We were going to talk about
Oh, it
doing that
went
at
out.
500.
Oh, 500.
Yeah,
Oh my
but I would
goodness.
do a double
I
chop
like
at
that.
400. I'd do a double chop at 400 if we'd hurry up and get there.
So
Right, because
400 double
you're
chop, 500 is a Camacho bomb.
Yeah, 500 is a Camacho
woo,
bomb.
Ooh, Dave,
I
you're
like
hurting yourself there.
no
Man, I'm
kidding.
trying.
He's really
I'm trying to grow an
dedicated.
audience, and it's not that
And
it's not that it's not that the people that are subscribing want to see it. It's these a-holes that are over in the chat that want to see it, and they get out there and spread the word.
Hey,
hmm
we're at 320, so
Yeah.
it's gonna happen. 400. Now we're gonna get a double chop at 400. I
Well,
mean,
at 160, we didn't know how quick we're going to get to 200. So,
that's what. Yes.
I mean, it's taken forever, but we're getting there. Yeah, let's make it happen. That's a grown ass man.
They must not like you, Dave. What'd you do to make them mad?
It's not
Oh
that we don't
no.
like him. It's just there's something about seeing him do stuff. It's very fun.
Yeah. My circle of friends are assholes. That's the type of circle. It's an asshole.
I guess people get pleasure of seeing you get hurt.
I guess. My wife does. She laughs.
That's
That
because she's trying to collect. She's trying to collect that insurance money.
I mean, I
That's
got
right.
over
Now she's like, chop away. I'm
recently
good.
hmm
recently in a first blood match in Arkansas. I got a little over officious. And that was
hmm
and that was on me. But Angel put a chair around Bam Bam's neck, and he was going to drop down off the ropes onto him.
Oh my gosh,
And I
Angel.
didn't want to see the man die.
So
So
Dave got in the middle of it, and then he paid for it.
chair, and as a result, got knocked the f out.
Oh, that's
It's
that
not.
video.
It's nothing personal, Dave. But when I'm wrestling, I'm wrestling.
But I get it,
Your best bet is to stay away.
and and like I said, I'll be the first to admit I got a little over officious on that, but I don't,
I don't know, Dave. If I was you, I would have
it was
rather
a
just
first
let
blood
that
match, not a
chair.
last breath match.
Well, listen, I would have rather had let that chair moment happen than to get punched to sleep. I'm just saying, if it
Well,
was me.
Right. So you
but
are nothing like your name, Angel. You are a menace. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I can be an angel too, but I'd rather be a menace when the time calls for it.
Well, I know that obviously Dave has ref some of your matches, and I have gotten the pleasure of seeing you wrestle. But if we could, let's start all the way in the beginning. And
Okay.
how let tell me about your wrestling fandom. Like, who did you like growing up? Did you always want to be a wrestler? What kind of things were you doing as a kid?
It's funny. I love this question, right? So let's start off with who I watched as a kid was Yokozuna, Rakishi, Bill Goldberg. Those were my people. The older ones would be like Bam Bam Bigelow. Now,
Hmm.
my wrestling knowledge is nowhere near what most people's are. Like, I watched it as a kid, but it wasn't like, ooh, I have to sit in front of TV and watch this.
Hmm.
I will say, as a kid, me and my brothers made like cardboard belts and stuff like that. We've done that. But it wasn't like this is what I have to do the rest of my life. Um,
Hmm.
the story on that one is, most people are always like, man, I've always wanted to be a wrestler my whole life since I was a kid. No, not me. I was doing my adult stuff, working at McDonald's at that time with one of my really good friends, and he was a manager. And instead of working, we were just chilling, hanging out in the office, talking. When you're cool with the boss, you can do stuff like that. Uh, But we're sitting there, and I've always been an athlete. Sports in general, basketball, baseball, softball, it didn't matter. Um, so we're sitting there, and he just out of nowhere he goes, "Man, you know what I want to try?" And I was like, "What's that?" He was like wrestling. I was like, "Wrestling?" He's like, "Yeah, like pro wrestling." I said, "Like the stuff you see on TV, WWE type stuff." And he was like, "Yeah, man, I would love to try that." And I looked, and I was just like, "Let's try it." I mean, what's the most that happened? We don't like it, and we decided it's not for us.
Right.
So we went, we found a school, and then that school referred us to another school, which is the guy that trained me, which is Lou Gotti. Um, and then we show up on the east side of Cleveland in like a warehouse that was 3 levels. Um, we pull up these windows were busted out and stuff. We're just like, where are we? Like we're about to get jumped and robbed and stuff. We get in the building. It's 3 flights of steps, and when I say 3 flights, it's not like 5 steps, another flight. No, it was like at least 8 to 10 steps, and they
Right.
were steep. So then we finally make it to the top of because he was on the third floor. We finally get up there. I'm breathing hard, all kinds of stuff. We open the door. Well, we knock first, right? Because it's rude to just walk in. As we knock, the door just opens up. We look. We're looking like, what in the world? The room is dark. The windows are busted out, and it's like those. So it's like a warehouse window. So there's like a whole bunch of little windows. You know like what I'm talking about. So some of the windows are busted out, and then we peek around. We peek around the door, and it's this wrestling ring off to the side between like these pillars, with one light hanging above it with the cone. Right. And then to the left, it was one chair.
hey,
So
you may
we're just
not
like, oh
believe
crap.
this, but Doug's
Uh huh.
Gym in Dallas, Doug's Gym in Dallas, where the wrestlers used to work out in the early '80s, was a lot
Uh huh.
like that. Was a lot like that. It was a rough area. You had to walk up some stairs. You went in a room, and there was a ring with a light over it, and then there was another room. But the way you got to it is somebody took a hammer and hit a hole through the wall. So you'd walk. You didn't even have a
What?
doorway. You just went through the wall.
What?
But
That sounds like worse than what mine
those were
was.
the coolest places. That's wrestling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
guess that's
know.
true.
Until
That's
you get in there, and you get robbed.
Well, yeah, it's true.
so you
Now,
stayed,
thank God.
right?
Yep. So we decided we'll try this. We're just like, man, and we're both just looking at each other like we got each other's back, right? Like if something happens, something goes down, we got each other's back, right? We walk in there. Eventually, he makes it in there, and then we start the tryout and stuff like that. And lo and behold, football was my first love. Wrestling quickly became my first love
Uh-huh.
after that. So
You played semi-pro ball, didn't you?
yeah, I play semi-pro football. Now, mind you, semi-pro football too is you pay to play. It's not like you're being paid. I definitely had to buy my own equipment, and I had paid a team fee every year, to play. But nevertheless, it was football. So
Right.
I played that for a while. It wasn't until probably 4 years ago when I finally decided to stop playing and take my wrestling more, do my wrestling more than the football. So
Really? So you just stopped playing pro or semi-pro football 4 years ago?
yeah, it was about I want to say about four. It had to be like 4 or 5 years ago. I want to say more four. But
Okay.
it just because the only reason I played my last season as semi pro is because our offensive coach the year before was going to become the head coach. So I told him I'd give him 1 year. But then I
Mhm.
became a tag champion at Sword Championship Wrestling. So I made my coach know, like, look, I can't make it to every game. This is a responsibility I took on. So whenever I'm booked at the show, I'm not going to make the game. I think I played 5, maybe 6 games out of like 12
Oh well. Hey, that's not
because of
bad.
wrestling. So, but that's my story. That's my wrestling story.
So
You
you
know,
were trained in Cleveland,
Cleveland, Ohio.
and how did you end
And
up down here?
so I trained in Cleveland, Ohio from '09, and then till about 2011. In 2011, I decided I followed, basically, I met a girl, which was my ex-wife. She lived in Oklahoma. Um, by 2011, it was like late 2011, early 2012, I decided I was just going to leave everything in Cleveland and move here for her, or move to Oklahoma for her.
Hmm.
Um, you know, that's a chapter closed in my life, thank God. But um, but then I moved to Texas about 2.5 years ago, almost three, because I
Hmm.
was wrestling in Texas almost every weekend.
I
So I
bet.
figured I need to, because I got tired of driving 3.5 hours. So I was like, I'm gonna move to Texas. I'm gonna be closer to everything. Then I moved to Texas, and I'm still 4 hours away from Texas shows. Makes no sense to me.
I met
Oh,
a girl. That's the start of so many stories.
That's true. The
no.
blessing is I got four kids out of it. So,
Oh,
That's
that is
awesome.
a blessing. So
but
did
don't
your
tell nobody.
friend?
But
I'm
didn't
mean, remember?
but Lou Gotti moved
That's
down to
right.
Texas too,
That's
though,
right.
didn't
That's
he?
right.
Yeah, but I want to say I'm horrible with time frames, but I want to say about 2 years after I moved to Oklahoma, he moved to Texas. And he didn't have any intentions of starting up any schools or anything. It's just he was wrestling here, and then people were asking him to start a school because they wanted him to train them. So he finally opened up a school, and then that's when I started wrestling for DFW, which is his school show, which is like the student shows.
Yeah.
And then that's whenever once I started wrestling for him, that's when I started making my appearance here in Texas and stuff like that. So,
So your friend that you trained with, did he become anything? Like, is he LA
oh
Knight or
no,
somebody like that, or did he just not
no,
make it?
he did a couple months, and then it's just, he was a manager at McDonald's, and he had a family and stuff like that. Because at that time, I didn't have a family. It
Right.
was just me. So he had to focus more on that and stuff, and so he kind of backed out of it. But I'll tell you this: people that I train with, I'm the only one wrestling still.
Gotcha.
So, and then I guess you started getting booked in Mississippi from the the core guys and get Dallas getting booked. And I mean, was
Yeah.
that
So
because Josh was booking Bam Bam and Barrett and
so I had
those guys?
I had no clue about BIW. I had never heard of it. I got hit up one day on a Thursday, and it was Josh trying to see if I could make the show on a Saturday. So it was like 2 days, you know, in advance or whatever. But basically, Josh had seen me at a VIP show, and I can't remember if it was the Rhino match when I wrestled Rhino, or if when I wrestled Joey Ryan. It was one of the two. But Josh had seen me. He was there with APOC, and Josh had seen me wrestling, and then Josh, I guess, told APOC like, I gotta have that guy. I gotta have that guy on the show. This is what Josh told me. And then I guess someone backed out, and Josh reached out to me, and long story short, I'm I'm one of the main guys at BIW for the last couple years now.
Been a couple years. And it's funny that you mentioned that. You said Bam Bam Bigelow. You liked Bam Bam Bigelow, and because you get around the ring like Bam Bam. I mean, he does things. He does things a man his size shouldn't be doing. What you wouldn't
Right.
think could do. You're deceptively fast. And also from that match, I mean, and you can go and you can last. I mean, you can stay because I mean that match with Larry D went really long.
Yes.
I mean,
Let me
and
tell you, that match
even in
went
the deep
longer than I
water.
was expecting.
Oh yeah,
That
we
match
all
went
were.
longer than I was expecting. I was exhausted. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it didn't drag. And I
Yeah.
tell everybody to this day when people ask me about my favorite matches, you and Larry D, because
Yeah.
there's nights I leave and I feel like I've been part of something special, and you really ride a high all the way home. Those are the easy
Right.
nights to drive home because not that I mean, not downing any other matches, but just sometimes there's those matches that just go to the next level. I mean, we just had one this last Saturday night with Steve Anthony and Caleb Conley.
This Steve Anthony. I don't even want to talk about Steve Anthony
Well,
right now.
Oh. Ooh.
Showing up without even asking permission.
Steve Anthony retired 3 years ago, for y'all that don't know, and he
Hmm.
was when he left the leader of Southern Royalty.
Yep. And
What?
he abandoned. Yep. He retired out of nowhere, abandoned us, and lost. Didn't make any contact with us. We ain't heard from him. Nothing. And next thing I know, he wants to show up this past Saturday at BIW like everything's all okay.
What'd y'all do?
Unannounced mystery opponent
We
for
didn't do
Caleb
nothing.
Conley.
He just quit.
No. I mean, what did you do Saturday when you saw him?
Oh. Well, so here's the thing. I'm not a man without reasoning, right? But
No.
I went out there and I had some words with him, and I told him where I'm from, we usually don't give people passes. I said,
Right.
but because of who he was and what he did for Southern Royalty, I said I'll give him a pass. But I told him the next time it's on site. But like he was real disrespectful about it. I should have took care of him right then and there. But again, I'm not without reasoning, you know. And but I told him, I said he didn't contact us. He didn't say nothing to Rob Love. He didn't say nothing to none of us. He
Right.
just wants to show up when he wants to.
It was pretty tense. I kind of felt like that it would have been a lot worse if we'd been anywhere but Louisiana.
Yep.
Mm.
The commission will pull your license if you do certain things. So
Oh, so
Yep.
that
I mean,
well, that's good.
I don't know if I should say that, but I mean, when they came down, him and Jeremiah came out, and I got the hell out of Dodge.
Mm.
Heavily suggested by Jeremiah that I leave, and but if it wouldn't have been Louisiana, I felt like it probably would have ended a little differently than it did.
Just a
But
little bit.
it was tense.
Hmm. But
But
that's what
that being
happens when you decide to take a hiatus and not say anything, and
Don't you
then we call
gotta
you over, and it's just like we call you over and over and over, and you're just rude. You ignore our calls, like we weren't just in a group with you, like you didn't just lead this whole group.
that is kind of sus, isn't it? Kind of not sure.
Hmm. Between him and Rob Love, he's the reason why I became part of Southern Royalty, and then you just want to disappear.
What did Mr. Anthony have to say about all that? He just said
I, he ran his
nothing.
mouth and then he ran his
mm,
mouth and decided to mention how I don't have my title around my waist anymore. Rude, right?
That is. So he didn't have an argument, so he tried to bring something else up. That's what happens when people don't have arguments.
yeah, it was
Sorry.
Well, I had,
Pretty
and
crazy.
I
man.
myself had forgotten.
Can you hear me?
We got you.
Okay, I can't hear
See?
you guys.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what happened.
How about now? We can hear
I
you
see
fine.
Miles moving. I just can't hear you. Give me 1 second.
What? How about that?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
I still can't hear y'all.
No.
No. Is it
Stephanie,
okay if
put a
I back
graphic.
out and get back in?
Yes. Yeah, do that. But I'd forgotten that he was the leader of Southern Royalty because see,
Did they kick him out or like what happened?
no, he retired.
He
But
just
see,
retired.
He retired the year after I'd retired, because I was away for 2 years. So I'd forgotten because Steve Anthony
Right.
with Southern Royalty was my last match I refereed. So
I bet that was a shock to see
so
him.
when I got back, I mean, I'd forgotten.
You back?
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
We can hear.
Yes.
You good?
Okay, I
Hear
can
us?
hear you now.
Yay!
Yes. Sorry.
So it
My
was.
daughter was calling, so I had to ignore the call, and I guess it somehow cut off the audio.
That's all right.
It happens.
You know, them kids.
I know. Speaking of kids, it's not kids, but like I know you got into wrestling, but like it's like a whole family thing, right? I mean,
As
tell me.
my two cousins, my brother and my sister.
I mean, so were you the first one, and then they all kind of trickled in, or
Yeah. So I was the first one because, like I said, I've been around since '09, and then Onyx and Zarek, they were training in Puerto Rico, and then decided to move to the United States or to move to the United States and Texas, and then once they moved there, I pulled some strings to get them into DFW All Pro so that they can train there and whatnot. And then Ocho came along, and then Emmy was the final one.
how do you like it? Amy, your sister?
Mhm.
How do you like having your sister wrestle?
It's awesome.
You
I
like
love
it?
tagging with her.
Uh
Yeah, I
huh.
love tagging with her. She's really, really good. As soon as she graduated, I mean, she blew doors open. I mean, Emmy's extremely talented. The good thing about my whole family is that we're all pretty athletic.
Uh huh.
So
I didn't
Emmy
know if
is.
now
you're.
Ocho's the oldest,
Oh,
but
uh huh.
I mean, we just honestly we just had this whole discussion. We actually fought each other here recently because we weren't seeing eye to eye. My lovely family decided they wanted to try and run the family and stuff, but like I told Ocho, he made a different career path, which
You're the
led me
head of
to
the
have to be in
table.
charge. Yes, ma'am. Pretty much. I'm the
I
head of
didn't
the
know if you
family.
would like seeing your sister get beat up, or if that was, or she
She
can
doesn't
pretty much
get, but that's
take
the
care
thing.
of
She don't
Didn't
herself.
get
get
beat
beat
up
up.
too often. She does the
I was
beating
gonna
up.
say she can take care of herself. I have a
hmm
feeling.
Now,
But she
obviously, I'm
was.
there. I'm there if there's some people that decide they want to stick their nose in the business. But
Understand that. But she lost,
She
right? Did she lose her belt
let's
she
to
not talk
did.
about that.
oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Uh,
I apologize.
Yeah,
but I tell you what,
Yeah,
she's
she got
doing.
cheated.
Oh, she did. Was Dave the
She
ref?
got cheated.
He was, wasn't he?
I don't
He
remember,
can't
but I think he
see,
might have.
right? Is it this eye?
Dave, were you
Which
the
eye?
ref?
I was the ref.
See,
Oh,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
I
yeah.
mean, with
How
all
many
due
fingers
respect,
are
I
we
had to
getting?
take the title belt away from her.
See, you see what I'm saying?
Well, I
Dave
can't
is
let
out
her
here
hit.
to conspire. He's here to
I'm,
conspire on Camacho's.
I'm kind
No,
of wondering. I'm kind of seeing that, Angel. I mean, yeah,
hmm
I can
she
see
had
it
the
now.
belt. She was going to hit her with it. I took the belt away from her.
Again, Dave, this is where you lose a contact and you go looking for it. Come on, Dave. You should know this already. When the Camacho's in the ring, when certain when certain situations are about to happen, you lose a contact, you drop a penny, you drop $100 bill, and you go looking for it.
Y'all drop a hundred
Okay?
dollar bill, and I'll go looking for it all day.
No. You dropped the $100 bill, or you basically you
too,
drop something and you go look for it.
too bad, Dave. Your eye is not glass, and like what if it fell out? Like you talk about
Right,
a party trick.
That'd be a heck of
right.
a gimmick.
Did you know, Angel? He got shot in the head.
I
Straight
think
up
you
true
told me,
story.
Dave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
straight up
Amy,
But
true
Amy
story.
not
tells
that.
the story more than I do.
I
But
do.
not listen. Not to be that guy. Did he deserve it?
You know, I wasn't
No.
there. If I had to bet, there was some running of the mouth,
No, there
That's
possibly.
what
was
I'm
no running of the
thinking.
mouth that night.
I'm just saying. No, I don't think. I think he pretty much got taken by surprise. So that's why he runs his mouth now. He ain't gonna let
Okay.
nobody have a chance.
Well,
Right. I see it. I see it.
Yeah,
Well.
he's my
bu-
little
Well
bionic
then.
friend.
I'm bulletproof.
He
Yeah.
really
Well,
is. I
your
mean,
jaw's not. Your jaw's not bulletproof. Yours pretty
No,
made of
it's not. It's
glass.
glass.
that's
Yeah.
right. Your
It's
chest is it. That's the reason why you can only get chopped once, right? Because it caved in.
there you
Right.
go. You
Right.
get it. Amy gets it. But back to positive. Huge shout out to Emmy. She got an opportunity in Ring of Honor recently.
I know. It was. I'm
Ah,
so proud of her. It was nice to see, and not to mention, like I said, I've been around about to be 15 years in May, right? Um, I can't say I've had like an amazing career, but I've had a good independent career. I've traveled more than most people usually have or usually do. But it's a different feel when you're at the bigger stage. Have I gotten that opportunity? No. Some of it's my fault or my own doing. Because at the end of the day, I decided to have kids. Now this is going away from the mean Camacho, okay? But
okay,
don't get it
okay,
twisted. I'm still a mean guy. But I decided to have kids in the family, so my priorities have always been my family.
sure.
So because of that, I've pulled back a little bit. Now I will tell you, if I didn't have kids, full time would be my wrestling. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing for work outside of wrestling.
Hmm.
But anyways, it was nice to see her there, and then it was nice to hear the Camacho name being chanted.
Yeah,
You
Oh, I
know,
bet.
I haven't gotten to see the match or anything. I just little clips that she's
I saw the
posted,
clip,
but
and I
hearing
want to see it.
hearing the fans, yeah,
Who
She
she
wrestled
wrestled,
hearing the
Nyla
fans
Rose.
is
Water?
nice.
Who she
She
Huh?
wrestled?
wrestled Nyla Rose.
Nyla Rose.
Oh, okay.
I love it. Now listen, I love Emmy to death with all my heart. And she's a great competitor and she's a tough girl, but she didn't stand a chance. I'm just being honest.
She gave up a
Right.
few pounds.
Just
Yeah,
a few.
Like
But I'm
like
yeah.
sure that was great experience and getting to be seen. I mean, that's wonderful. Good for her.
No, it
I
is. It
expect
is.
big
And
things from her.
honestly,
She's got a
God,
hell of a look.
that's what I was gonna say. Like I can see it's definitely gonna happen more. Whether it's AEW or WWE or even Impact. Out of all of us, right? Because
Mhm.
again, I'm 37. I'm kind of about to be 15 years in. My body isn't as young as it once was,
Sure.
and it's just like out of all the Camachos, I love Onyx, I love Ocho, but the two that I can see making it if they push really hard is Emmy and my cousin Zarek.
Hmm.
In the Camacho family, we have our levels, right? So you got Onyx, he's the loudmouth. They call him a Chihuahua, right? Because he's always barking, but he's good with his words. Then you got Zarek. Zarek is the universal guy. There's nothing that Zarek can't do. This man can put on a lucha match, a match if he has to. He can put on a regular American match. This man is just all around good. You
Cool.
know. Um, then you got Emmy, which same with her. She's good. Emmy still got a ways to go. She's still learning too, but for the most part, she's kind of like Zarek. There's not a match that Emmy can't do. Then you got Ocho, that's more of he's my older brother, but he's more of the like brawler kind of. He can do
Hmm.
technical stuff too, um, but he's also up there in age too. But he's more of a I'm gonna punch you in your mouth type of guy.
Gotcha.
And then you got me, right, the powerhouse brawler that throws a little of the new school in when need be. But if I had to bet on anyone, it would be Zarek and Emmy for sure.
Well,
Awesome. I can't wait to watch and see what. I think Ring of Honor is a really good um, y- spot to land. I think when you're new, I
Yeah,
feel like they
platform.
do, you know, I feel like they
Yeah.
do quite a bit. And with the streaming that they have and different things like that.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
I'm not a wrestler. I don't know, but I'm just saying I feel like that's
Now, I
pretty.
will tell you this. I do want to reach out to Impact or
Hmm.
TNA now. I'm sorry, to TNA,
Yeah,
um, because I feel like I could do really good in TNA. But one place I would like to go before I decide to call it quits, I would
hmm,
love to go to Japan. I really think I would do really good in Japan.
they would like that. They like the bigger
Yeah,
guys that
Oh
can
yeah, they'd
move.
love
yeah,
you in Japan.
So when
yeah.
What about the
so
NWA?
yeah,
I wouldn't mind NWA either.
my pretty
Um,
empowered.
Again, a lot of these missed opportunities are my fault,
Sure,
because I have to make sure, even though I do this wrestling. Let's be honest, I kind of do wrestling full time, but it's more of a weekend thing, right?
right,
Um, it's what you call a weekend warrior. But I'm wrestling every weekend, at least two, 1 to 2, 3 shows a weekend. It all depends, right?
So
For
you're
instance,
leaving
this
out on
weekend I got a
Friday
show.
and getting home on Sunday.
Pretty much, yes. So like this week, I have a show on Friday, and I got a show on Saturday, which is the one all the way in Mississippi. That's about a 9-hour drive. I'm not gonna get home till probably 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, and this
Yeah.
is a regular thing. So
right.
I do wrestle pretty full time for the most part, but I still have to have a regular 9 to 5 because I have to because my girlfriend makes good money, but she's not enough to pay everything.
Well, sure.
So
Well,
it
and like
has
you
to be
said,
a
you have
right, and it has
kids.
to be a
You
two.
know,
Yep, and it has to be a two-income household. Now she's already made it known. If she had a job where she could pay for everything, oh, she'd let me do it full time. But again, my biggest issue is how I was raised is your family comes first. Yeah, that's your
sure,
priority. So
sure.
it'd be really rough for me to let her do stuff on her own. But she said it like if she could, she'd let me do it full time. You know.
Oh, that's wonderful
Um,
support.
That's a
I
that's
mean,
a
you know,
that's a
that's really
wonderful
good to
woman
hear.
that has your back that way.
Yeah.
all right, let's go
But
back to wrestling. We're being
all
too
right.
sweet and
That's
nice.
right. Let's talk about the
Grrr.
mean the meanest you've ever been. Tell us about it. I like that though, but like I said, I think that's really cool. I don't feel like we see that very often. Families. I mean, in the independent wrestling that that Dave and I we've and Justin when he comes, like you said.
Yeah,
Um, so that's really cool that you all. So are you all? Do you all try to get booked on the same shows, or is it just kind of
all the
drop
time.
through your, or how's that work?
No, we do. There's multiple shows that we wrestle
Mhm.
on that the whole family's on.
I was gonna say,
Um,
do the promoters like having all of you all on? Like the
yes,
faction
yes,
family dynasty is
yes,
here. That's pretty
yeah.
cool.
A lot. There's a lot of promoters that do have us all on at the same time because they want that whole family feel. Because at the end of the day, like this, and I hope this doesn't sound cocky, but we're good at what we do. You know what I
Sure.
mean? We're really good at wrestling. We're really good at just beating people up. So they love that. You know what I mean? The problem is Camacho's would be on everyone's promotion if we wouldn't take up half of the locker room and half of their budget.
And that's
Because if
hard
they want the whole
for
Camacho, it's
BIW
gonna at least be yes. So like
because
if they want
BIW
the whole
has a
Camacho, we're
core.
gonna at least be half of their budget. You know what I mean?
Right.
Can this isn't just. And I'm not gonna throw out any money figures or anything, but you're not gonna get the Camacho for $100.
Right.
Sure. Well, and
You
like
know what
you
I mean?
said, you've got a female, you've got your cousins, your brother. I mean, that's five.
Hmm.
I mean, that could be five
Yeah.
matches.
So
I mean, that's a really good,
yeah,
card.
but that's what I'm saying. So we would take up half the cards, at
Yeah.
least,
Oh,
and
definitely.
definitely half the budget.
But like you
And
said, you
and
all do so well. You could do a
Or you'd have to put them
female.
in a 6-man.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah,
A six man, a
and that's kind
tag.
of one of the reasons why. That's kind of one of the reasons why most of the Camachos haven't come to BIW, and that's not putting out any issues, but or any personal problem or personal information, but it's just it's not cheap to get all five.
Oh, sure.
And then
No.
Josh, mind you, Josh only runs like 5 to 6 matches anyway, so we'd be
Right.
the whole show. I mean,
And
let's be honest.
Exactly. No, that makes sense. That makes
and
sense.
Josh
That,
has a core. I mean, his formula is that he's got his core that he uses, and then he'll bring somebody new in every so often. So there's not that many spots. I mean,
right.
it's hard
Right,
it's hard to
right.
get a spot on there to become one of the regulars.
Right.
Yeah.
Dave, do you
So
know
don't
of
get me
any
wrong.
other?
Like we all love being on the same show together. We really do. But we also know that there's got to be shows that we're not going to be together. So we sometimes we love the tag. Sometimes we want to do our own thing. It's just kind of it varies depending on what the promotion wants and what they need.
Well, when we
Sure.
did AWA, the time I came down there and refereed for you and Koloff, the
Hmm.
one of your
Who won that match?
one
I
of your
gotta know.
brothers one of your brothers was on the card. Was
Yep.
it your brother or your cousin? There was another Camacho on the card.
I think it was two of them because I think it was Onyx and Zarek.
Might have been.
No, it may not have been
I
Zarek.
know
I
there's at
think it
least
was
one.
Onyx. It was Onyx for sure.
Okay.
It definitely was
Who
Onyx for sure.
who won between Angel and Koloff?
Koloff cheated.
And you didn't see it, Dave?
That's,
I mean, you
I
know
didn't
he's
see it.
gonna cheat.
that's what I'm saying. Every time Dave's in the ring, he sees if a Camacho cheats, but the moment that someone else cheats, Dave is a blind eye to it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The night you knocked me
See?
out, you won.
Well, yeah, I did.
I guess
I
you have.
did.
I can't believe you didn't know Vladimir would cheat. You
Right,
Oh
just
that's
yeah.
what
couldn't.
I'm saying. Come on. It's Vladimir.
That's what I
The name
said. Like,
itself says
how,
cheater. The
yeah,
name
how could
itself
you
says
even
cheater.
raise his hand? You knew if he won, he cheated.
Hmm. And honestly, if Dave would have been awake, he probably would have cheated me in the Bam Bam match too.
Dave's like, well, maybe so.
Hmm. What happened was Dave woke up and looked over, and Bam Bam was gushing blood.
Yeah,
Ooh.
but but at the time, I didn't realize that Nightmare had grabbed me by my belt and my shirt and picked me up and turned me towards Bam Bam. And then
See
when I told him
that
to ring the
what?
bell, and then when I told him to ring the bell, the son of a gun dropped me.
You are
Yeah.
not
Well,
needed
here's the
anymore.
thing. Nightmare did that because he knew Dave was gonna cheat. So he was trying to hurry up and get him awake so he can see before Bam Bam took advantage and tried to hit me and bust me open, and I'd be the first one Dave see.
I had no
Now
idea,
these
Dave.
fans
I had no
these
idea.
fans keep saying, well, these fans keep saying I was the first one to bleed, but I'm just like, what are y'all talking about? I wasn't bleeding. I don't know what these fans were watching, but for some reason they thought I was the first one to bleed and Batman got cheated. But
And they had to
Dave
physically
Dave
pick
did the
you
right
up,
thing.
Dave, and turn you to what's
Dave
going
did the
on.
right
And,
thing.
and if I'd have looked up, if I'd have woke up and saw them both bleeding, it would have been no contest because I had no way of
Right.
knowing who would have been first.
But I wasn't bleeding though, Dave. I didn't bleed.
I
I
didn't see
had
it.
the towel on my head because I was sweating a lot and it was running into my eyes. So I had to kind of
Mm.
clean my eyes so I could see.
Well, I just
And
looked
then
over there,
Arsenal,
and all three of Bam Bam were bleeding.
right? All three of Bam Bams, exactly. Arsenal was only there to give me a pep talk and kind of wipe the sweat off my eyes so I can see. You
Right.
know,
I didn't,
so
It's good to have a
I don't
good
know what these
support
fans are
system.
talking about.
I'm
Right, I
sorry.
agree.
I don't even know what to say.
Between
Apparently,
my family and Southern royalty, I have a great support system.
apparently, somebody thought I cheated during Emmy's match the other night because some dude came rolling over after me, and I was talking to a friend of mine at intermission, and this guy was talking about I cheated and that there was a
Yep.
rope and
You
I mean
see
he
what I'm
was
talking about?
mad.
I'm not the only one
He
that say it.
he's mad. I had to go to the back. I mean because
Hmm.
Lord,
Yep.
it's like, well, I don't know. That's kind of you. Maybe you need to go back to school, Pondwater, and
Mm.
prep school
Yeah,
just for your own
I think it's
safety.
because of where. Well, I think it's because of where Dave graduated. I don't think they learned very good at whatever school he went to.
Oh, possibly. I don't know. But I mean, I'm kind of worried about your safety, Dave. I mean, I'm thinking about our show. It's Talking Wrestling with Pondwater Dave. What's going to happen if you get beat up because you're cheating all the time? That's not
Well,
a
then
good
it can
look.
be talk. It can be talking wrestling with the first lady. I mean, but just make a name switch. And matter of fact, if you need a co-host, I can join you.
oh
You know what I
get this
mean?
Angel, get this. They're all volunteering me to do all this crazy stuff for subscribers, and then
See?
Justin's gonna like well, I'll eat mayonnaise at 500. And I'm like,
No,
wait a
he
minute.
doesn't want to
I'm
eat
talking a
mayonnaise.
Camacho Bomb at 500, and you're talking about a mouthful of mayonnaise. One of
You
these
don't
things is not
know.
like the other.
You don't know how great
Nah,
it's going to
I
be to
agree.
see him try to choke down a spoon of mayonnaise. He
I
did
would
not
say
say.
if anything, I wouldn't say man. I would say take like cinnamon or something, dry cinnamon.
Ooh,
Oh, oh, that'll
Lord,
choke you.
we're not trying to
That
kill
that's
people
that's
here,
Hmm
rough.
folks.
That
Listen, I'm not trying to kill nobody. Let's
that
not
was
put
one of
that
the
on the air.
first. That was one of the
We don't want to
first
get
food
banned.
challenges.
No, no, we don't. No, that's right. That's right. No, no, no. Sorry, sorry.
Yeah,
Angel
nobody
and the
eat a
First
mouthful of
Lady
cinnamon.
spin off.
Angel and the first lady.
I
See,
love it.
there it goes. I love it. It's a great
I
name.
do too. I think so too. We'll just have to see how long you last. I mean, you can't. You got to stop cheating, Pond Water. I mean, just
I agree.
come on.
I don't cheat. I only can call what I see.
Dave is the
Well,
definition of a dirty ref.
wear your glasses. I see you wearing your cheaters all the time. Just wear
But I
them.
can't wear them in the ring.
Why? Well, you got
Look at
some.
you see that picture right there.
I mean,
That's
look
Dave.
at that.
Look at the face. Look at the face David's making. That's him contemplating how do I screw Angel so that APOC can win this title.
Where was
I'm
that
trying. I
picture
bet he
taken?
can't see the belt. He's probably trying to figure out what match is this. I can't see
What title is this?
what title is this. Am I supposed to be in this ring?
Mhm.
Oh my god! And they're killing me over here in the chat. Andrew Hermes is in concert over here. All of a sudden, he thinks he's Dave Chappelle.
You're not blind
And he's
though in that
blind
eye,
in
are
one
you?
eye.
Can't see out of the other.
I'm telling you,
And who
he's got to
you
be blind somewhere because
do
he
you
screwed me
think?
enough times.
Oh,
Dave Miller
See?
has a reputation for screwing wrestlers. Oh my god!
See, I'm not the only one. This is how
no,
you know I'm not just talking nonsense.
I never thought you were talking nonsense, but now you're just giving more and more. I mean, I don't know. I don't know,
Hey,
Dave.
I owned it.
See?
I owned it on
I'm
the first
innocent.
blood match. But I
You
may have
did.
overstepped.
You did,
Hey,
but at the end of the day, listen, I'll give credit where credit is due. Dave did the right thing at the end of the match, even though Nightmare had to help him. Dave did the right thing in seeing the right call. So I give Dave credit for that.
well, that's good. Well, good for you, Dave. I'm glad.
I mean,
He can't
I
always be
refereed
bad.
up a lot of his matches, and he was champion for a long time.
Should
So
have been
speaking
longer, but
of,
then I got cheated by another ref by the name of Obama.
oh, I've met him. Or I've
Oh,
seen
wait a
him.
minute. Dave, now that I think about it, didn't you come and make the slide and make the pin?
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
You slid in again.
And cost me the title.
Obama
Again,
got
do you see the
Obama got
rotation going on here? Do you see where everything goes back to?
he they squashed Obama.
No. Obama was in the wrong place. Okay? I don't know what Obama was doing in that corner, but he got smashed. That's on Obama.
Right. I
No
do
one can
know
blame
when
him.
yes, you're right. When you're the ref in the ring,
Mhm.
you're supposed to know what's going on and get out of the way, right? It's
That's
not the
right. You
wrestler,
know where you're supposed to be in the ring.
right.
As a
It's not
ref,
the
you're supposed
wrestler
to
the
know your
wrestling.
corner.
They can't be worried about
hmm
the ref. He needs to get out of the way. Okay. You are very,
Yeah.
yeah. Obama,
So
sorry, babe. You should have gotten, you
so
would have deserved that.
there's Dave sliding in again and trying to save one of his boys and
Slide it in. So was that before or after Ric Flair's last match? Was like kind of like your thing, sliding into the
I'm the
ring?
slide in guy now. That's my thing.
I'm the slide in guy. Well, I was going to ask, because you were talking about how you wrestle all the weekend. What do you got coming up? And then like next few
so
weeks,
th-
what's going to be?
so this week I have DFW All Pro. It's a memorial show for a student that was wrestling and unfortunately passed away. It's an annual thing that they do. It's the Sterling Silver Championship or it's a Sterling Silver Tournament show. where they crown a new Sterling silver champion. Um, Unfortunately, I'm not in the tournament, but I am getting my rematch. 'Cause I did just lose a title, and I'm getting my rematch for that title. I got screwed for sure on that one. I
Was
got
Dave the
jumped from
ref?
behind. No, Dave surprisingly wasn't there this
I
time, but
haven't read for DFW Pro.
Okay.
yeah. So, but this time I got jumped from behind from like so.
Do you talk to other refs, Dave? Like, are you telling them, Angel, like,
I think so.
cheat on Angel because he done me
Mm,
dirty? Like, is that kind of like a group? Like, is that what y'all do as refs? Did
It's,
Obama
I'll tell you
say
this.
he
Look,
don't watch
it's the
me?
Tuesday
So
meeting. We have a Tuesday meeting.
is it a Tuesday
and
meeting?
honestly,
Oh,
like Dave has a lot of pull in the wrestling business when it comes to the ref, because he was Ric Flair's last match. So a lot of these refs look
Um,
up to Dave. So I think Dave may have slid some kind of information to the ref, but to be all fair, it wasn't really the ref's fault because he was knocked out too at this match. But I
mm.
got jumped from behind by four different people that was part of the group of the guy I was wrestling.
hmm.
So.
Well, hmm.
So did you see you'll be in DFW Pro? Was that Friday night?
Yep, Friday night, and then I got AWA on Saturday.
That's Ocean
Tell
Springs,
Vladimir we
Mississippi.
said we hope he loses.
I may get screwed there. Dave's gonna be there, and I'm sure Dave is gonna be the ref for that one too. I'm sure I'm gonna get screwed somehow.
Are
Yeah.
you?
I'm
I,
going.
Yeah,
I'm
you're in the
going for
main
the
event, aren't
title.
you?
So yeah, I'm going for the title. So look. You
I
see,
don't know if
Dave's
they'll
already
let me have the main
contemplating.
event though, because I'm not the regular guy down there.
Yeah, but it's a
so
Camacho
you might
match,
have
I'm
a shot,
sure.
Angel. Dave ain't gonna ref, so you might actually have a shot of having a fair match.
Mm. No, I'm sure they will though, because Dave ref me and Koloff,
I did.
and that was the main event. So
Mm.
again, I'll give credit where credit is due. Dave is a very important ref, you know, but he
Thank you.
also is a dirty one too. He's also dirty, so I'm sure they're going to
You
give
know,
him
I'm
this
I'm
match
an
too.
elderly, right? I mean, I'm out
Uh,
there. I'm out there doing the best I can. I'm pushing 60. I get a senior citizen discount.
You
so
do, don't
so
you?
basically, what Dave is saying that his eyes don't work like they used to, and then he doesn't have his walker in the ring, so that doesn't
Exactly.
help.
Well,
I
you seen
mean,
him put his cheaters on.
I got the glasses. I just can't wear them when I'm riffing.
Mm, contacts, Dave, contacts.
Exactly.
I
Good
can't
luck.
because I
All I
got that
need.
bad eye.
I
I've
don't
tried.
know. Good thing is, I'm gonna have two of my cousins with me this Saturday. So maybe
Very good.
if
Got
they
your
try to
back
cheat me.
up. Watch your back a
Mm.
little bit. That's probably a good. That's probably wise.
And
That's
people,
probably
and the
very
thing is, at AWA, people boo me like I'm a mean guy. I'm not mean. You know, I'm just going out there and doing what everybody else does in that fight. You know, but apparently I'm the mean guy. People boo
Mm-hmm.
me and stuff. I don't get it.
I
The
would tell
Camachos
you
are really good people.
Yeah.
in his match against Vladimir Koloff, they were cheering Koloff and booing Angel, but
They were.
Koloff was the dirtier of the two.
I
I
know.
agree. I
I
agree.
met Koloff. I'm
Mhm.
100% no. He is the dirtier of the two. I have no
Yep.
doubt about that at all.
It's gotten so bad at AWA that the last time I was there, I was telling some kid that I would like to take his mom on a date, and I was being real respectful and nice, and the kid was getting really angry with me. He was in the crowd just yelling at me and stuff, and I was just telling him, hey, I would like to take your mom out on a date. She's very pretty. I would like to treat her the way she needs to be treated, and he just was blowing up on me. I don't know. These people
Mm,
are rude.
mm.
You you probably would have let her supersize it.
Eh, I'm just saying.
Dave,
Dave said it, not me.
I know. I've worked with him once a week for over a year. I know it's Dave.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to sit here and disparage the good name of Angel Camacho like the way that I've been besmirched tonight.
Hmm.
I got nothing but respect for Angel, and
And listen, I got all the
I mean,
upright respect for you, Dave. You're an
he,
awesome person. You could do better as a ref, but I mean, out of all the refs out there, you're probably one of the better ones. You just
And you're
got
not the
it's
only
just
one.
like you got something right, right. But
No,
it's just
nothing.
like they just have something against Camachos.
Well,
I don't
maybe it's
get it.
because everybody knows I like you so well that I have to be harder on you.
So
Maybe,
you have
I
to
guess.
ignore cheating. I don't think that doesn't make any
Right.
sense.
Well, I mean,
How about
he
you less?
honestly
How
doesn't
about you
have
be
to
less
cheat. I
harder on me,
mean,
Dave?
he doesn't have to
Cheating?
cheat.
It's not cheating. Listen, where I'm from, where my people are from, where me and my cousins are from, that's not cheating, Dave. That is fair game. It is all fair game.
Yeah. What
I
about all
used
the
to be a
stuff that he's done
manager.
to Angel?
I
Like,
used to be a manager, and my motto was win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. I mean, if you ain't cheating, you
My
ain't
thing is
trying.
it. But here's the thing. You guys call it cheating, and it's not, Dave. You got to respect other people's culture. In my culture, cheating isn't a thing.
Well, I'm a better
There's no
person
such
now
thing as
because
cheating.
I've learned something in that. Oh,
There you go. I'm glad.
And Terry Weaver has the question that we need to end on. Does he hate Ray Fury like everyone else?
Who, me?
You.
Okay. Uh, that's a hard one, right? Because
hmm
listen, it's a hard one, right? Because as a Puerto Rican, we're very prideful and we love all of our Puerto Rican people, right?
right?
But also, it's like F. Ray Fury. That guy sucks.
Oh man,
Everybody. I mean,
Angel.
Look,
when
and
the
Ray
Nightmare was
Fury and
on
Ray.
here, we had wrestlers coming into the chat saying the same thing.
See, and here's the thing, though, right? Ray Fury ain't been the same since he can't use yeet anymore.
That was
Yeah.
mean,
It's
Angel.
The
not
That
been the
was
Eatons.
same.
mean.
See, there you go. I'm being mean. I'm being nice, and I'm just an honest person. That's all.
Let me tell
That's
you,
right. You cut me deep on that one.
I'm gonna tell you that
You're a Ray
Amy,
Fury fan, aren't you?
before Amy ever saw you in the ring wrestling, she saw a picture of you in the ring and she said, "Who's that guy?" And then she was a fan of yours before she ever saw you wrestle. And she made it a point that when she came to the Vicksburg show last
Look at
year,
that. Look at that sexy man right there, Dave. Look
I
at that guy.
mean, you are you have a presence is all I could say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're right. Look at that. I
man, I'm
mean,
gonna have to rethink this 500 thing. I mean,
No, Dave. It's been said. It's been said. You can't take something you said live.
that's right.
Oh
Yeah, because
wait a minute.
we have proof of
It
it.
may not been. Well, it may have not been said live, so I'm gonna say it now. At 500, Dave will take a Camacho bomb. Now it's out there. It's said. Let's get to 500, guys. 400, Dave taking a double chop from Camacho.
Right.
500, at 500, he's taking a Camacho bomb.
yeah, I may have to become a lot more favorable towards Camacho in the ring between now and then.
Exactly.
Agreed.
Well, Angel,
Agreed,
thank you
Dave.
so much. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. We've enjoyed having you on. I'm looking forward to seeing you this weekend and working with you.
Yeah.
Look, you're getting kicked and you're not even moving. You're like,
Right. I'm like,
that's
listen, I
Well,
am
they
a
bounce
brick
off of you.
wall.
that's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
every
It's like
time.
a wall.
Look at the smile on my face.
That's right.
Like
He's
that
like,
tickled. I was just like, that
uh-uh.
tickles.
That tickles.
It's like he can't believe it. So I mean, they try.
Hmm.
Right.
They try. I
I'm a
mean,
very listen. I'm a very ticklish man. Okay, so
That's a good picture. I mean, that you look mean
now
in that
listen.
picture.
Well, here's the thing. To hate on myself for a second, I really do hate my frown because it looks like I'm sad
Yeah.
every time. I try to be mean. I try to make a mean face, and I always just look like I'm pouting.
you need a lucha mask, like one of those hard lucha masks that like Andrade wears to the ring and then takes off.
Oh.
Uh huh.
Because you're the Puerto Rican
Yeah,
Juggernaut. You need a Juggernaut helmet.
Dave, you didn't know I have a Juggernaut helmet.
You got the Juggernaut helmet?
I do. Matter of fact, just for you, Dave, I'll bring. Well, hold on. I'll try and bring it this Saturday. It depends on how much room
Oh,
is
I
in the
didn't know
car.
you had one because
Mm-hmm. So
you
my
remember.
Juggernaut helmet lights up. My Juggernaut helmet has LED lights in the front and the back, but
Oh,
they have worn
cool.
out, so they kind of so the lights don't work anymore. But yes, I got a full Juggernaut
Oh,
helmet. Dave, I thought you've seen it before. I've
oh,
worn it at
Andrews too.
PAW before.
Oh, my thunder. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. You remember those cartoons? They used to do those. They used to do people would put them on the internet. It'd be the Juggernaut. They
Mhm.
showed scenes from the old Spider-Man cartoons, and he goes, "I'm the Juggernaut, bitch." And
Make sure you take a picture. I want to see that.
that's pretty cool. That's
I
what I was
will.
thinking.
I thought you've seen it before, Dave.
I didn't know you had a helmet. No, I've seen
Okay.
your
Well,
I've seen
I'm
your
gonna.
Juggernaut gear.
Well, I will attempt to bring it this week, depending on if there's any room in the car,
All
because
right.
there's at least 5 of us in the carload, so there's got to
Well,
be room in the vehicle.
well, thank you again for coming on. If there's ever anything that you want to promote, you're always welcome to come back on and do it. We're glad to
Hey,
have you.
definitely. Look, Dave. Yeah. Hey, I had fun, so let's definitely do this again. Just got to give me
We'll do
another
it.
date, Dave, and stop cheating.
I promise.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look on you, Dave. Okay, it is
That's
not a good
right.
look
How are we
on
going
you.
to get guests if
Well,
you are cheating?
maybe I need to quit refereeing and going back being a manager.
Listen, you know what?
Well, you
Now that
already
you
just
say
said
that,
as a
you're
manager,
pretty
it was
good.
like,
Well, here's the thing. He's pretty good at cheating as a ref. He might be really good at cheating as a man. Wait, cheating? Who cheats? I don't cheat. I don't know what you're talking about. Never
No,
mind.
I wasn't cheating. I was giving my team. I was giving my team an advantage.
well,
That's
maybe
right.
you are better off as a manager.
I
Look
mean,
into
my
that.
tag team has been the champions for 12, 13, 12, 13 years now.
Ooh.
We
You know
retired those
what?
titles.
That title that I lost here this past Sunday, I was that champion for at least 10 years.
Really?
Really?
10
Yeah, because I
years.
won it. Because it was our home promotion from
Uh,
back
Uh-huh.
home. I won it, and then like shortly after the school shut down or the show shut
Oh,
down. So yeah, so I was
hey, you're
10 years
still the
champ when.
champion.
Well,
yeah,
I
that,
was 10 years champ, and I didn't have to defend it or anything. So like I had a great run.
yeah.
Heck yeah.
The medics won the championship, and then SPW quit running. So we've been
Yeah, that's
Hey,
for coming up on 14 years.
see,
awesome. What a run.
and it's the easiest run ever, right? Because you didn't have to
I've
do
come
anything for it.
I've come to learn that it doesn't matter if you defend these titles or not. You just count the days.
Hmm.
That's right. That's it. That's it. That's it. I think I might have. Yeah, that's it. Honestly, that's funny.
It ain't the defenses; it's
But
the how many days you've had it.
That's right.
but like I said, Dave, give me another day, and not that this was fun.
All right, we'll do it.
So I'll definitely do it again.
Yay,
All right,
it's fun.
thank you a million,
But
everybody. Angel
wait, but
Camacho. Oh,
remember, guys, 400, Dave gets a double chop. 500, he gets a Camacho bomb. Let's make it happen, guys. Let's
man,
make
I
it
was
happen.
taking 400 off, and look at this.
That's right.
Of
Nope.
course, he's kind of like Koloff. He's kind of like Koloff is super. Koloff is way too excited about this cannonball. Way too excited about it.
Yeah.
So then,
So when's he hitting you with the
so he's
cannonball?
coming back. He's going to
Oh,
do
you're
it when
going to get to
when
watch
I'm
it,
down there this
Angel,
weekend.
this weekend.
Ooh. Can I
So
throw one right after him?
I need Dave to come by.
If Dave gets if
gotta
Dave gets a
having
1,000
notes here.
followers, listen. If Dave gets a 1,000 followers, Dave has to take a cannonball from me and Koloff at the same time, or back to
Yeah,
back
at 1,000.
at a
Yeah,
1,000.
1,000. Yeah, that's the magic number. That's where we got to be.
A
A
1,000 and Dave
1,000.
gets a cannonball from me and Koloff.
Oh my
Or
god,
I'll let Koloff hit him with the cannonball. Well, yeah,
cannonball!
we'll both do the cannonball. Yep, I
Oh my
like it.
god. Hey, tell everybody where they can find you. Would you give out your socials?
So on so on Facebook you can find me at Angel Camacho. Um, and then Instagram and TikTok. I had a Twitter. I don't really use it because it was messing up. So I just kind of deleted it. But um, TikTok and Instagram, I want to say it's A_Camacho 09.
Okay.
We'll find them and
So
share them.
now on Twitter, I don't do all little dancing and stuff. It's just all like videos, but don't nobody want to see Camacho dancing. It's awkward.
Oh,
I'm the one
got.
Puerto Rican without any kind of spice.
Uh, all right. Well, safe travels. I'll see you this weekend.
Yes, sir. I will see you guys. Thank you. It was fun.
Thank you, Angel
Bye.
Camacho. Everybody.
Yay.
Good night.
Bye. Spiceless Puerto Rican. Oh, that's funny.
That's my wife that did that. She's the producer.
I I believe it. I
You'll
love
see
your
her
wife.
this
She's awesome.
weekend.
I wouldn't have spelled it right, probably.
All right, guys. You guys be safe.
You take
All
care.
right.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Well, how cool was that, y'all?
That was fun.
Hey, I want to thank my friends in the chat for being here tonight. Our friends, we got Terry Weaver, we got Allison Fay, we got Heather Whitley, Andrew Hermes, which
I saw Willie Buck.
Willie Buck's here. I'm scrolling. Terry Weaver. I said Heather.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciate y'all because knowing they're doing Ask Conrad Live and y'all chose us, I really feel good. Really feel good. Thank y'all for joining us.
We do appreciate you very much. As always.
I want to show everybody. I got a gift this week. You might have seen me on social, but doing a little show and tell. I have a very, very good friend. Have a very, very good friend named Jay-Z, who is the Bojangles champion. And Jay-Z had a belt and it was replaced with this belt. And now he's got a belt to replace this one. So he gifted me one of his Bojangles championship belts.
It spins.
It was made
I
by
did not
Top
realize
Rope.
that.
It was made by Top Rope Belts.
Uh-huh. Is that a picture of him?
Yes.
On the other side?
Yeah. Oh,
no.
and it spins.
It's a really neat belt.
It's incredibly well made.
Yes.
Also, he's got other plates that he only gave me this one. He said he'd send me the other, like he's got a plate with a biscuit on it.
Uh-huh.
But I wanted to give a shout out to my buddy Jay-Z. I love him.
What does that
I had gotten to where he says that I'm the reason that he collected. He says I'm the reason all this happened because he saw my belt collection when he was a teenager, and that got him into collecting belts and the putting over Bojangles, and the belts made Bojangles make him the Bojangles champion. And he also he had mouthed off in one of the belt clubs one time, and he wasn't really mouthing off, but it came off that way.
Uh-huh.
And that's how we became friends because I was like, what? I don't even know you, dude. And he explained what he meant, and it was really being nice. But he kind of reignited my passion into the collecting, and I got my collection I wouldn't be I mean, it's his fault, Tip. I wouldn't have what I have now and my passion for collecting if it wouldn't have been for him. And he's just a great friend, a great guy. I love him to death. And I wanted to thank him because that's an incredible gift. I mean,
yeah, it's super cool.
I mean, that's not. I mean, that's not from overseas. And that spinner. I mean, and just the the way that the guy put the spinner together, and it's great. I just wanted to put over what a great friend he is, and I'm blown away by his kindness. And so me and my granddaughter made me put it on earlier because she wanted me to wear it while she was spinning it. and I did a video and I said, I was holding it up and I went, it spins. And the reason I did that is because I know somebody had won the championship in WWE, and I can't remember which champion, but they were cutting a promo with the belt and they go, oh, look, it spins. And so that's why I said that. But my granddaughter did that and she goes, it spins. So
Made you think of that, huh?
It popped me. And
Well,
if
but you know what? I think that's so cool. Like you said, however the story worked out is you inspired him to do what he's doing now. I mean, he literally is the Bojangles champ. Like
recognized,
Bojangles, the restaurant chain, acknowledges him. Like it's
yes,
not just, something that he's, like they acknowledge him. They like it. And if it hadn't been for you, he would not have taken that road. I think that's really cool how sometimes we're all are interweaved
the
with each
CEO,
other.
the CEO invited him, and they had Jay-Z Day at headquarters. They brought him in. Everybody got to meet him. They showed him all their new stuff they were doing, and they put him in the Bowmobile and drove him around and took him to a billboard.
There's a Bowmobile?
Oh yeah, it's pretty
I had
neat.
no idea.
And
Do you know the first time I had Bojangles was in Huntsville? We don't have those in Kentucky, or at least we don't have them in my end of Kentucky.
yeah,
And I'd never eaten there. And honestly, I did want to eat there because I knew Jay-Z had talked about it so much. At least I wanted to be able to say I had eaten
Bojangles,
there.
And Bojangles knows that him talking about it has made people try them.
Heck yeah.
And
definitely.
I mean, I've got one 45 minutes from the house, and when I'm in that part of town, I tried it. There's one in West Monroe where we were at this weekend, and we drove through. I got some tenders, and I wanted to try the Bowberry biscuit because I'd heard so much about it. Steph wasn't a fan, but it's a biscuit. It's a blueberry biscuit with icing on it.
Ooh, I don't like blueberries very much, so
it hit real hard for me. But anyway, and I like to. I put the belt on and threw it over my shoulder, and even called myself the Mississippi Chicken Champ. The Mississippi Chicken Champ. And hey, if you want to throw a belt over your shoulder and be a badass, let's talk about big time belts.
I like that belt.
Look at this, the Palmetto Championship Wrestling PCW Heavyweight Championship belt. It is a work of art. I believe that this is big time belts. I put this belt on the same level as the IWGP version 4, the previous one, not the one they have now. As far as, I'm not saying this belt, I'm not comparing it to that, but I'm talking about multiple pieces put together, multiple layers. This is Muhammad Zubair's masterpiece that he's come up with out of all the belts he's made. I'm most impressed with this one. I saw the plates. I saw how many different pieces this belt has put together. And the reason I tell you the details on this belt is it doesn't matter if you have the simplest design or a very complex design. Big time belts can help you out. It will give you high quality at low prices. The PCW Mid-Carolina Heavyweight Championship belt. The Pennsylvania Grand Champion uses big time belts. The 814 Tag Team Grand Champions, kind of I'm showing you that you can have a vision and he can make art out of it and then put a metal and leather. And I mean, look at his leather work now, that backing. I mean, so used to when you went overseas for belts, you did good. You get good plates and your leather would be suspect at best. He is doing some really excellent leather work at big time belts. Fantasy football. Don't make a bet where you got to put somebody to do something, degrade somebody if they don't win, or getting money for winning your fantasy football league is good, but get them a belt too. Look at
so
this
what
belt.
You're saying, instead of making Justin eat mayonnaise, or you take all these power bomb moves, we should get you a belt.
Just give me a belt. I need a belt. As a matter of fact,
Palm Water Dave belt.
By the time we get to 500, I've got it. Well, I've got a Super Dave belt.
That's not.
I guess I do need a Palm Water Dave belt. Or hey, we can make Dave Does Dumb Shit for subscribers belt. If we get to 500.
I didn't know what you were going to say. Dave does.
Dave does dumb shit for subscribers.
I like how it has the name. Like
this is his latest one. And somebody took it to heart what I was saying about you know, uh, my
Oh,
my granddaughter's team has a belt. Manchester Player of the Week. They give this the Player of the Week at this Manchester school. It's an interesting shape that they went with, and so when whoever the Player of the Week is, they get to strut their ass all over campus with
I
the
like it.
belt.
Where is Manchester? Do you think that's the shape of the county or
I don't know.
where?
I mean, I'm sure it's a town.
Yeah.
The
I just
side
thought
plate
maybe
says
that's
I don't
what
know
the
where they're
shape was.
located,
I like that though. That's pretty cool.
but Big Time Belts, we thank them for sponsoring our podcast. Go to facebook.com, search the group Big Time Belts, join the group. Um, reach out to Muhammad Zubair. He will give you the best customer service. I'm not I've done business with a lot of belt makers, and he has become a friend because of his excellent customer service. I'm
Awesome.
not going to disparage any other belt makers, but when I tell you that he has the best customer service, he wants to do you an incredible job. He gives you a very fair price. I get people sliding into my inbox, showing me their work all the time, and they offer me belts much cheaper than what I can get for them, but I can get them cheaper. And we're still not talking of a great deal of money, but I value my relationship with him so much that I don't even listen to him. I just tell him I'm happy with my guy. Until my guy has no reason for me to switch. And I don't go to him and try to talk him down on price either when I need something.
Right.
I feel like the prices that he gives me are very, very fair. So go to facebook.com, search out Big Time Belts, and we will make your championship dreams come true.
Yay. Oh, she's spinning it.
Oh yeah, she made me put it on, and then that if you're watching the live version, you see a picture of my granddaughter Aubrey, and she was over to play this evening before we did the show, and I asked her, I said, "Do you want to see something cool?" She said, "Yeah, Papa," and she thought it was cool, and I had it on the shelf, and she's like, "Put it on." So I mean, she didn't see she knew it was a belt, so I thought that was kind of cool that she picked up on it and made me put it on.
I like it. So she didn't know it spun until you
Yeah,
took it off the shelf?
I walked up and I said, "Isn't that pretty?" And then I spun it, and then she was having a blast.
Oh, look, Lance is here.
Hey, Lance Peterson's in the chat.
That's so cute.
I listened to Lance Peterson. Lance Peterson does the World Class Cast on Patreon as part of. Type it real quick in the chat. Him and Mike Mills, booking the territory. Booking the territory.
I don't know what you're talking about. No.
I had a senior moment. I subscribed to their Patreon. They did a episode on he's gone back and he's doing really early world class now. And the announcer that they were talking about, they've got before Bill Mercer now. And I can't remember the announcer's name right off the top of my head, but I feel like that the announcer that they used in the Iron Claw, they said that was Bill Mercer, but I really feel like that it was that announcer. The look they went for was more that announcer than Bill Mercer.
Oh, really?
Okay. That was the impression because I'd always thought that it might have been the guy before Bill Mercer, because he reminded me nothing of Bill Mercer in the movie. And this guy has gone back, and there were several things that Lance noticed from these episodes, because he's Gene Goodson, and Lance was pointing out they're doing a thing now where if Fritz does something that they saw in the movie, they're pointing it out. The movie Fritz.
Oh yeah.
So they're looking. So I'm thinking that maybe that Sean Durkin might have been influenced by this era of World Class Championship Wrestling.
Cool.
And I encourage everybody to go to A24's website they do a publication, and this time it's the Von Erichs. It's I'm trying to think. They have a cute industry name for this book, but they do a book quarterly, and it won't be the Von Erichs every time because A24 does other movies.
Oh yeah.
But they did pinups, and everybody's getting different ones. And I got Jeremy Allen Wright as the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich.
That's awesome.
But it's a neat book for $6.
And what did you say?
A24.
Lance says hold up back cover. I don't know why. Does it have it on there? What is it?
It's a picture of Fritz and the boys.
Oh.
So we'll give them a plug.
That's very nice. $6. That's not. I mean, especially if you're a Von Erich fan. I mean, like you said, you can't. That's pretty cool.
Before we play trivia, Amy, who you got on the Super Bowl?
I want the 49ers.
Oh, he wanted to see the background picture.
Oh, I thought that's.
Oh, Lance he's trying to see if it's a picture he took.
Oh, okay. Oh, I understand.
On,
okay,
let me go to a solo layout. How's that, Lance?
Can you see okay, Lance?
I'm looking at this picture.
He said yes, perfect. What, do you see you?
I'm not sure that this guy with the afro right there is not me.
What?
Because the girl next to me looks like the girl I was dating in high school that I used to take to the matches.
Is that some
I'm not saying that's me, but I'm saying that looks like me with my Sparky the Firefly perm.
What? You better do some research into that. Where'd that picture
I just now noticed
from?
it. How cool would that be if that really was me? Because in the 80s, I had them curls for the girls, y'all.
Now but there's people behind you though. Didn't you always sit in a certain section?
If I sit in a certain section,
James
Lance knows who it is, so it's not me.
Oh. Who's James?
I sat in that certain section, but you had to be there the week before to buy the tickets in advance. You just couldn't get those tickets.
Oh, okay.
So if I could get section D, row 5, I would.
Who is James on the left? What is he talking about?
Oh, that's James, the kid that kind of looked like David Von Erich, the tall, skinny guy.
Oh,
am I
okay,
right?
okay.
Am I right, Lance?
No, I'm talking about the guy in the front row. That could be you, and I will take a look. What? He's going to take a look at it for you. Do you get some royalties for being on the back of this picture, you think?
No.
Why not?
No, I'm actually going to be about half hot because I've strategically not had pictures of me with a perm. There's very few that exist.
Lance, please let us all know because I think everyone's going to go to A24. No, get that book. Everybody had bad hair.
Hey, speaking of books,
like everybody went through that.
Speaking of books, I'm all off the rails now.
Okay.
I have a book. I'm going to shine it up there. I guess y'all can see it if you're watching on YouTube. There's a book, a hardback book up there, the Von Erichs. It's the Von Erichs family album.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can get a copy of those now, they're not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I had one originally back in the day and I didn't have it anymore, but I got one. I acquired one a couple years, 2-3 years ago. I was at the matches and somebody came up to me with one of those books and it has an autograph page in it. And they asked me to autograph they asked me to autograph the autograph page. And man, you talk about shaking. I was nervous, like I was taking friends of the squared circles in here. Hey, how you doing, buddy? What I'm saying is, to be, I mean, it's never lost on me when somebody asked me to sign an autograph, because I can't believe anybody wants it, but to sign the Von Erich family album, knowing how much that book is worth, and I
Right.
just probably effectively killed the value of it. But
Oh.
but I mean, you talk about nervous.
I want the 49ers to win. It has nothing to do with Taylor Swift or any of that.
So Amy had to leave.
No, I said it has nothing to do with Taylor Swift or Kelsey or nothing like that. I'm one of those that I think the 49ers are coming in as an underdog, and I prefer the underdog to win.
49ers are
So,
favored.
are they? Well, even better. I'm in my Purdy era.
Nah.
Yeah, I want them to win.
If
That, like
the
you
40
said, exactly, Terry. The Chiefs, they've already won. They've been there like 4 or 5 times, whatever. I don't want them to win. I want the 49ers to win.
I don't want the 49ers to win, because even though I'm pissed off at the Cowboys, I do not want the 49ers to have more Super Bowls than the Cowboys.
Oh, will that push them over if they do?
Yeah.
Mm.
I actually like the Chiefs. I don't have an issue with Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I don't either. People are so stupid.
They don't. Hey, I've learned this week that people on social media do not like it when people are happy.
Yeah, that's probably true.
They don't like it when people are happy.
I've
I
also
started
to
do a new segment called Asshole of the Week. And I was going to take somebody from social media, and I was going to put them, like, I was going to get a picture of a jackass with the tail lifted, and we were going to stick whatever stupid thing they said on social media there, and they were going to be, the asshole of the week.
Yeah.
And,
no, I mean,
and I had several candidates this week, and
that's the problem, Dave. You're always going to have several candidates, I mean, because you're never going to be able to narrow it down. I mean, people.
Oh, there's some jack off on Twitter that was on Conrad Thompson, because Conrad had an opinion about Cody and The Rock, and he blames Conrad for The Rock's daughter getting death threats.
Well, see, and first off, that's a stupid comment, and that's stupid to do death threats. Like, that's
because he knows how wrestling fans are, and he got those idiots riled up, is what he said. I know. And then Toby Keith passed away, and then there was somebody that just said something really horrible about him. I mean,
nobody should wish for someone else
to die. I was so disgusted so early this morning that I just thought maybe this is not a good idea. I mean, because people like that, I mean, basically trolls need attention. So I was thinking we'd give them a little attention that they need, because sometimes if trolls don't get attention, they might do something to themselves. And I'm told that's bad. So maybe we give them a little, but after seeing the level that it was this morning, I was just like, no.
Yeah. It's really sad. People are assholes. I mean, that's just down to it. It is amazing.
It's come to my attention that T Weaver, they do that. So I don't want to copy anybody.
Right.
And
all that's allegedly, though, Terry. We don't.
But anyway, back to football. I'm 100% behind the Chiefs. You want to make a friendly little bet, Amy?
Yeah, I do.
We won't bet. Justin has to eat mayonnaise if either one of us win.
Yes, I think we should definitely have Justin involved in this. I don't know. Let's just.
Between now and game time, we'll come up with the stakes.
Okay, but I'm 49ers, you're Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, if the Chiefs were playing the dude, if they were playing the dude that shot me, I would cheer for the dude that shot me.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I hate the 49ers.
That's
All the way back to the damn catch.
I mean, that's a hate that I've never experienced. If you're willing to love on the
Well, when
man
I
who
fell off
shot
the
you in
Cowboys,
head.
when I fell off the Cowboys bandwagon, I told y'all that's what was so the difficult part for me is that I just can't. There's not very many more choices because
Right.
I just don't like any of the other teams.
Right. I'm going to have fun making you do something. I don't know what, but because the 49ers are winning.
They will
But
not. All right. And
on the trivia, right?
what we got on trivia tonight?
Well, as you know, as Angel was telling us, he's come from a wrestling family dynasty, right?
Right.
So I think we are going to do a little trivia about another family dynasty, and that's the Hart family dynasty. Okay.
Let's do it. I'd like to point something out to Andrew Hermes, and I don't disagree with him on this. Jerry Rice is still the number one receiver. I think that Jerry Rice, I don't disagree with it. Jerry Rice was greatness. And hey, I hate the 49ers, but in my opinion, Joe Montana is the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. I mean, I have no problem saying that.
So are you saying
but I do think Lynn Swann was a much better receiver than Jerry Rice.
But are you saying that if the 49ers, when they win this Super Bowl, they will surpass the Dallas Cowboys? But if that was not the case, would you be rooting for the 49ers?
No, never.
Okay.
Not in a million years.
Never. Ever. Oh, this is even better.
Ever.
Okay.
No, I watched I thought San Andreas was a comedy.
Oh gosh. That's mean.
All right.
All right, we're going to do a little trivia about the Hart family dynasty. Number one. Well,
oh, I'm going to let her do the clicking.
Okay. How many children did Stu and Helen Hart have? Was it 11, 12, 13, or 14?
I want to say they had 12. I think Stu had 14. Helen had 12.
All right. Since I did say Stu and Helen, you are correct. It is 12. It is Smith, Bruce, Keith, Wayne, Dean, Ellie, Georgia, Brett, Allison, Ross, Diana, and Owen. That is the 12. All right, next question.
Damn, Stu, stay off of her, man. God. Somebody must have told him they were cheaper by the dozen. He's like, yeah.
All right, number 2. They needed a better television program. Oh, that was funny.
Number 2.
Number 2. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. What child of Stu and Helen Hart is Teddy Hart's parent? The illustrious, well-known Teddy Hart. Is it Bruce, Dean, Georgia, or Allison? One of these 4 is the parent to Teddy Hart. Which one is it?
I'm going to guess Georgia. Terry Weaver said Dean.
It is Georgia. Very good.
100% guess that.
Yes, you are correct. It is Georgia.
I can click the arrow. All right, we'll go to the next one.
Okay. How many years are between the first child and the last child of Stu and Helen Hart? Is it 17, 19, 21, or 23? How many years are between the first child and the last child? Hey, Megan.
Hey. Lance Peterson says, need Robin Laura Petrie's bed. That's an old person joke from the Dick Van Dyke Show. They used to sleep on, when TV back in the day, married couples on television slept in
Separate
two twin beds. They wouldn't be in the same bed. I'm going to say 23. Stu probably thought it was over with, and then she's like, what?
So Smith, who is the oldest, was born in 1948, and Owen, the youngest, was born in 1965. There are 17 years between the 12 children. And I do want to just real quickly, I'm going to go through these. I want you all to hear these years, okay? Because it's like, okay, Smith was in 1948, Bruce 50, Keith 51, Wayne 52, Dean 54, Ellie 55, Georgia 56, Brett 57, Allison 58, Ross 60, Diana 63, and Owen 65. Just woo!
His insurance must not have been that good on the last three, because it sounded like they had a private room on the other ones.
I'm telling you,
Good
better
Lord.
at least leave the hospital. God.
I mean, I can't imagine what it'd be like to be pregnant once, but can you imagine
Exactly.
being pregnant that long?
I mean, I guess it's Canada and it's cold. What else?
She spent a decade being pregnant.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like literally, these kids are like 11 months apart. I mean, obviously I didn't put the month, but I mean, still. All right. Next question.
The trivia went away. I need her to put the PDF back in.
Oh. And I will say this, of the 12 children, 3 have passed away. Smith, Dean, and of course Owen. So
Megan Nelson saying, didn't she sadly have some miscarriages too?
you know what? She may have. I am not certain about that. But I wouldn't be surprised at all. You know, I mean, do we ask you the question?
You may have to, because the PDF went away.
Okay. What year did the Hart family go into the Canadian Wrestling Hall of Fame? Was it 2001, 2002, 2003, and 2004? What year did the Hart family go into the Canadian Wrestling Hall of Fame? The whole entire family went. 2001, 2002, 2003, or 2004?
I'm going to go 2003.
Anybody in the chat? Allison, I see. Everybody needs to be cool like Allison Faye and pick 2001, because that's what it was.
How about that?
All right.
I think our producer logged off because every screen that she had's gone.
Oh, he said.
Well,
What'd she say?
I screwed it up.
Oh, well. I mean, I've got 2 more questions. I mean,
just 2 more questions. So yeah. Go ahead.
What year did Brett, Owen, Keith, and Bruce form a team to compete against Shawn Michaels' team at the Survivor Series pay-per-view? Was it 1990, 91, 92, or 93?
Right off the top of my head, I was thinking around 95, so I'm going to go 93.
Anybody in the chat? Oh, Andrew Hermes, 93. And Allison Faye, let's all be like the A's. Andrew and Allison got it correct. It is 1993. All right, last question. Stu Hart qualified to participate in wrestling at the Summer Olympics in Helsinki, Finland, but did not compete. How come? Yes, Andrew, we will talk about that in a minute.
I'm going to say, man, I've heard this story. Well, wait a minute. Andrew, are you serious, Andrew?
Yes, you did not know that? Yes.
Oh, I thought it was because of the war.
No, no, no. Okay. No. Andrew's talking about Jerry Lawler in
Oh,
1993.
oh. Lance
What?
Peterson. Lance Peterson got it. I don't care what the real answer is. He was too busy with Helen. I
Well,
thought it was because he
Lance,
went to the war. That's what I
it
thought.
well, it's the Summer Olympics were canceled.
Oh,
It was 1940, and this was what's really interesting. So, the Summer Olympics were supposed to be in Japan in 1940, but they had already decided to move them to Finland because Japan was already involved in a war beginning in 1937. And I
right.
forgot what it wasn't World War II, it was with someone else in their area. So they had already decided to move the Summer Olympics. And then World War II kind of broke out. So then they just went ahead and canceled it altogether. And then Stu did join the Royal Canadian Army, I guess, whatever they have up there. And he did go into so he wasn't really drafted. I mean,
all me and Lance heard is that those guys who were going to the Olympics were canceled. It was always convenient. So I guess Carrie and them did the Stu Hart gimmick and
well, I guess
skip the Olympics.
Yes, I guess that's what it was. But darn wars, they need to stop doing all that mess. But that is the reason why he did qualify and didn't go, because they did cancel it because of World War II. So, and that is just a little bit of Hart family dynasty trivia. Oh, look at Andrew knows all about it. Finland was invaded. I don't doubt it, because Finland is attached to the Soviet Union, right? Isn't it like Finland, Sweden, and what's the other one? There's like three. What is that, Andrew? You know what I'm talking about. He has a degree. It's Finland, Sweden, and what else is right next to it? I'm going to look that up. That's going to drive me crazy.
I have no idea.
Andrew, do you know? He's not telling me. What is Finland next to? Swiss? No, not Switzerland. I'm thinking there's like
Amsterdam.
Do what?
Amsterdam?
No.
I don't know. I'm just
no.
Guessing.
I don't feel like that. It's like okay, here it is. Y'all, I'm sorry.
Well, speaking of geography, I'm going to be
Norway. Very good. Thank you. Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Norway. Yay! See, that's what I was talking about. So Finland is, I'm sitting here like pointing at the map like y'all can see it. Finland is attached to the Soviet Union. So, okay.
The only time I've ever been interested in geography is when I was watching Animaniacs, and the Warner kids were doing the countries of the world, and they were doing it to a song. But they were naming off all the countries, and Animaniacs was ahead of its time, but I always liked it because the cartoon it was like cartoons when I was a kid. They were for kids, but they threw stuff in there that only an adult could catch.
So I've never heard of that. So is that
You've never heard of the Animaniacs?
So was that was when you were like, that was a Saturday cartoon?
The Animaniacs recently came back on. There was a Steven Spielberg cartoon about the Warner Brothers and the Warner sister Dot. They were locked up in the water tower on the Warner Brother lot.
Oh.
That's where Pinky and the Brain came from.
Oh.
They would do the Warner Brothers and the Warner sister, and then they had Pinky and the Brain, and there was another popular character. Pinky and the Brain was the one that was that came from that. They sometimes they'd have like 3 different sketches through there.
Really? If it's not Dateline, First 48, or something like that, or HGTV, I don't watch.
Look up Animaniacs. You will
I
love
will.
it.
I will.
Hey, but do the version. Look for the original ones that were in the 90s.
Okay.
Those are really good.
Cool.
I mean, they had to kind of pivot on the newer ones, and
Yeah, I can see that.
sometimes sometimes political correctness kills the funny.
Yeah. You know what though? I've had a great time tonight.
This has been fun.
It's been fun, and I cannot wait. You talk about being a manager and all that good stuff. I cannot wait for next week when we talk to one half of the primetime tag team champion, Adam Jacobs, who was part of I managed him at Top Guy Weekend. And so he's doing some great things out there. So I'm really excited. He was on a movie set today. So
was he? I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to visiting with Adam Jacobs.
Yes.
Then coming up, we're going to have King Rob Love.
Yay!
King Rob Love will be with us.
He's part of Southern Royalty.
Southern
right?
Royalty.
That's
yes.
what I remember him saying that.
He's been hurt for the last year. He just came back. He'd hurt his leg.
Ooh.
And had taken and he was out for a while, but he's back and damn near caused a riot in Brookhaven, Mississippi.
Oh.
A woman threw a drink on him.
Ugh.
And then he threw a drink on a woman.
The same one that threw one on him,
yes.
or a different one? Okay.
Oh yeah, she tried. She was trying to kill him. It was. I legitimately told security. I legitimately told security to keep an eye out because I was not sure that somebody wasn't coming for him.
Oh Lord!
I mean, he had them wound up.
Mm.
So we're gonna have King Rob Love in March, just prior to the in March, the week before the 16th, before we do our show in Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Yeah.
BIW Southern Heavyweight Champion Bam Bam Malone's going to join us.
Yay!
And
right beside his, I'm sure. Who is he defending the title against?
In
Steve
Vicksburg,
Anthony?
Barrett Brown.
Oh, that's right, Barrett Brown. That's going to be a good match.
It's going to be a tremendous match.
Cannot wait.
I can't either. I want to referee it, but I may let Obama referee it so I can watch it.
Ooh, yeah.
It's going to be an incredible matchup. And coming soon, we just have to set up a date. Caleb Conley, Caleb with a K.
I like it.
Has agreed to come on the show. We worked with him this weekend. And so we got good things coming up.
We got a lot of good things coming up. Y'all just wait and see.
We're rolling and
help us get subscribers.
Please.
You all know how much fun we are. Tell your friends, subscribe, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
Just hit the subscribe button. If hitting the like button is too much work for you, just hit the subscribe button.
If you can only do one, hit the subscribe button.
I mean, we got enough views. We just need some subscribers. And
that's right.
I mean, help us out. I mean, do us a solid. Help us get 1,000 subscribers.
That's right. You all have done us. You all have really helped out. We so appreciate all the shares, all the likes. We love when you all come on here and we have our audience. We love interacting with you all. We appreciate it so much. We just ask that you continue to help share how much fun we have, great content that we have. I mean, we've gotten to talk to some really fabulous up and coming wrestlers and promotions. And we love talking about that kind of stuff. And we want to continue to do that.
And if you're listening to us on the audio version, either whether it be on Apple or Spotify, we appreciate y'all. We do. And I'm sorry that sometimes I feel like I'm catering more to the YouTube. I forget that there's people that are actually listening and not watching. And I'll try to get better about describing what exactly we're seeing. But we're really putting all of our eggs in the YouTube basket. That's, it's just, and, that's just what we do. And we really like being on here. And I think the video version. We can do so much more with the video version.
Of course. And if you are listening to us, or if you do come on to the chat, make sure, just if you wouldn't mind, just double check and make sure you are a subscriber. You may think you are, and maybe you didn't because you get it through audio. We'd love to have you as a subscriber too.
Yep. But it's just, the thing about YouTube is you got to get to 1,000 before you can. I mean, we'd like to have a couple of sponsors. We don't want to. I mean, I don't want to have 45 minutes worth of commercials, but we need a couple. We need a couple just to cover the expenses on this thing. So I just thought I'd break down and beg a little bit tonight. And if and don't forget our store, jumpinthepond.com. You can get our t-shirts and hoodies and dog shirts and whatever we got over there at Jump in the Pond.
We would love to see if you do have any of our merchandise. We'd love to see you in it. Send us a picture.
So we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Thanks again to Angel Camacho for taking time to visit with us tonight. Hopefully Justin will be back next week. Me and Amy are basketball widows.
Yep.
We're
I think we do okay. Widows. I like the full group, but we do okay.
So for the absent Justin Davis, for the First Lady of the Arn Anderson Fan Club, Miss Amy Vine, I'm Palm Water Dave, and we will see you next week.